VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answer to human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll-free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube and share love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart, the ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving one another. We can't stay the same. We've lost the game of life. We can't run away anymore. The world is changing now. We need to heed the warning. The world is calling you to rise above where you've been. The world is changing now. What we did before doesn't work. It's time for you. It's time for me to change. The world is changing now. Won't you change and open your heart? 'Cause the world is changing now. We need to heed the warning. The world is calling you to rise above where you've been. The world is changing now. What we did before doesn't work. It's time for you. It's time for me to change. The world is changing now. Won't you change and open your heart? Open your heart. Yes, indeed. Open your heart. Right here on VCMG, we are answering your questions at 866-972-7247. And we're going to continue our journey of love for all of us. So we welcome you as we journey here to connect with everyone. So as we do this, we're going to welcome your questions. And I want to go to the phone lines. We're going to talk to all of you in just a little bit, but we're going to see the question of Angie in Naples.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Angie.
Hello?
How are you?
Oh, hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm good. How are
Good.
you?
I was texting my friend, so I called you the wrong name.
That's okay. That's okay. Yes. We're going to go to our speaker here, so bear with us. We're working on our sound here, Angie. So what I've got here for you is, what's your question for me?
Well, I know we spoke earlier, and you had told me that I was going to meet somebody that I was evenly yoked with, and I totally forgot to ask if, like, kind of how it's going to happen. Is it going to be, like, through, like, my kid's school or just out in public or that? And then I had something really weird happen to me today. My ex-husband just randomly texted me a picture of his fiance's $20,000 engagement ring.
Well, that's a great question.
I don't really, I think I'm being tried. I don't know.
It's so when I look at this here, Angie, the first thing that I'm made aware of in this meeting of you with someone else is that it is a chance meeting. It's kind of like that song, Some Enchanted Evening. It's got that feeling of someone coming and crossing your path. So that's how we have to connect you, so that we can move you forward into this new relationship. And so I understand you're feeling tried, and I understand that you're feeling a little out of sorts, but just be patient with that. And just know that you will meet somebody. We've got to get you back in your zone. All right?
Okay. So I was
all right, Angie. Thank you so much.
Tested, like.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Bye for now.
Thank you, Sarah. All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. You're welcome. Bye. You want to try one more with the headset? Okay. All right, we're going to try one more because we're still working on our sound here, everyone, since we've made our move. I've got to go to Alyssa, and Alyssa is in Illinois. Alyssa, how are you?
Hello? Sarah?
Hi, Alyssa.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hi, Alyssa. What's your question for us?
Hi.
Yes.
I was wondering, what do you see about me and my boyfriend
we hear you.
in the future? Can you hear my, did you hear my question?
Okay. So when I look at the energy of you and your boyfriend, I did. Are you hearing me one time, or are you hearing a repeat?
I'm hearing you one time.
Okay. Okay. So Alyssa, as I look at this energy, I want your boyfriend's birthday.
April 4th, 1998.
What's his birthday?
April 4th,
Okay.
1998.
Perfect. So I feel like the two of you are a little disconnected. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right now, the two of you are a little disconnected, right?
Yes.
Like we're not seeing eye to eye, we're not in communication the right way. Does that make sense to you? Okay. And as I
Yes.
take you in this energy of moving forward, you're feeling like he's pulling back. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you see us make?
So as I
working
look
out?
at this, I want you to understand that he needs a little space right now. He's not ready to make the move forward the way you would like it to.
Okay. Okay.
So you got to give him space. I don't see you breaking up. I just feel like we need to give him some space. All
Okay.
right?
So you don't see him leaving, like you don't see him moving out.
So take that time to see what he needs space. So if he has to do that to get his space, then let him have his space.
Okay. All right. As long as you don't see it
Okay.
breaking up, then I'll take that space.
All right?
All right.
All right.
Thank
But
you.
I think the relationship will, yeah. Yeah, give him space and try to
We'll work.
hold the vision of the two of you being okay. All right, Alyssa, bye for now. Bye.
Thank you so much.
We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to try to come right back to the phone lines and get in as many questions as possible. You're welcome. 866-972-7247. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard?
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your song? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story, like a movie playing in a different theater. And the characters, they change like water into wine. And everything comes when the stars align. Do you know me? Do you know me? Have we met before? I've been standing here before you long before you saw me before you. And you called me. Every soul has its movie, changing characters in theaters. Everyone knows everyone. But I know you know me somehow. Do you know me? Do I know you? I think we've met before. You've been seeing me beside you when you close your eyes, and you know me. And I know you. Every soul has its journey. Every heart has its dreams. When all the stars align, they bring it in due time. And you know me, and I know you from another time, from another time. Do you know me?
As we navigate all the changes that we're making here on VCMG, right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and we're really glad to have all of you. And we're going to just start to answer some questions. And let's go and try to connect to Janet. Janet, how are you doing?
Hi, how are you? Hello, can you hear me?
Janet, how are you?
Good, how about you? Can you hear me?
I'm great.
Yes,
I'm
of
course. I hear you and I hear me several times, but I'm good. I'm great, Janet. So, Janet, yes, I do. What's your question for me?
I'd like to know what's going on with my spirit guides right now. If you have any advice or what's,
So, Janet, you're feeling very separate from your spirit guides. You're not really feeling connected to them the way you have in the past. Is that true?
No, I've been waking up super early every morning. I kind of feel like
I feel like separation. Does that make sense to you?
No, that doesn't make sense to me. Separation from my family that's here, but...
So you're waking up super early, and what did you say, Janet? Okay.
Like, I get signs, like I hear songs that,
Your separation from your personal
some of my
family,
relatives
right?
Yeah. The ones that are here, but the ones that are gone, I know I'm getting signs from them because I hear, like they have favorite songs and stuff, and I'll hear them, when I'm out and stuff.
Ah, I see. You get your signs from them, but the people on Earth are not cooperating with you, Janet, at all.
Yeah, not really. But I don't know. I just feel like there's something in the air.
So, Janet, what I want you to know is making peace with the people on Earth is really important for you.
All right. And what do you
have
see
to make
happening
peace
in the
with the
next
people
month
here in the family.
That's kind of hard when they,
So
they
you
do
want
their
to
own thing.
really tune in to making peace.
All
In
right.
the
And what
next
do you
month,
see
the way I
happening in the
see...
next...
So I've got here, when I look at this energy, I heard the question, thank you. We're still navigating some sound issues, so we appreciate your patience. When I look at this here, I see here that this is about money for you, finances. We've got some financial transformation coming for you.
Is that good or bad?
So are we opening up some transformational things for work at this time? Yeah, I see increase, Janet. Were you thinking of working on a project, some kind of business or something?
No, eventually, like right now I'm retired. I'm thinking about going back to work to get away from, everything that's going on. I think that would be a good move for me. And I've really been considering that for the past year. And I think
that's exactly what you need to do. Get back. It is. That's exactly what I see you doing this year. That's the exact thing you need to be doing. That's how I see it. Back in the transformation of money and movement towards that. All right?
Okay.
That's what I have for you this minute, Janet. I apologize. We're navigating some sound issues on my end, but we really appreciate your question. It'll be a good money year for you, so get back on the game. All right. Bye for now.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Okay, bye.
866-972-7247. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, I hope I don't have an echo in my ear. All right, stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we were. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WWNN AM Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting live from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. This is the one and only.
Have you been to Chowderheads in Jupiter yet? If you are looking for the best seafood in town, you have to try Chowderheads. You'll love their authentic New England seafood, flown in fresh from Boston. Their award-winning lobster rolls, clam chowder, and fried oysters are absolutely delicious. Come taste it for yourself. You will want to keep coming back for more at Chowderheads, located in the Driftwood Plaza on South US Highway 1 in Jupiter. Now open 7 days a week. For reservations or to go, call 561-203-2903 or check out their menu at chowderheadsusa.com.
The outdoors and the open road? Don't miss RV Hour, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Hosted by Giant Recreation World's second-generation owner and CEO, Larry McNamara, and his co-host, Dwayne Adams. RV Hour, Saturday mornings, 10 a.m., right here on the True Oldies channel.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Another community first message from Robes. The Robes Law Group wants to send you to see FAU basketball. Great seats all season long. Register now at trueoldiesfla.com. Recently injured? Contact the Robes Law Group today. 561-570-5700.
Hey, it's Scott Shannon, and who doesn't want to have a home security system? So, by popular demand, we're bringing it back. Who wants a free doorbell camera? I wish I could give everyone a free doorbell camera, but I can't. I can give the first 40 True Oldies channel listeners who call today a free doorbell camera. 1-800-ALARM-ME. You'll get a free limited-time doorbell camera that connects directly to your phone with installation of your Sloman Shield. The doorbell camera is part of a free $1,500 customized security system. Now, you're probably wondering, what comes in this package? Well, you're going to get a free LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 armed doors, and a backup battery, and their low-cost central station monitoring. But that's not all. You get free professional installation. Get it while it lasts today. The first 40 True Oldies listeners call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME and mention the True Oldies channel. It's that simple.
Looking for a local seafood market? Pinder's Seafood and Marketplace is Jupiter's oldest and most beloved seafood market. Pinder's is family-owned and operated in the same location for over 57 years. That's right, 57 years in the same location. The freshest seafood of local catch from the area and beyond. Pinder's is so much more than just a seafood market. Pinder's makes conch chowder, soups, the best conch fritters anywhere, and a delightful array of salads and prepared foods await you. Looking for an over-the-top lobster roll? Pinder's. Stop in today and pick up Pinder's world-famous smoked fish dip. You have to try Pinder's Seafood in Jupiter. This place is absolutely fabulous. We are just off Old Dixie Highway, just south of DeQuesta Drive. Conch out at Pinder's.
Love the outdoors and the open road? Don't miss RV Hour, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Hosted by Giant Recreation World's second-generation owner and CEO, Larry McNamara, and his co-host, Dwayne Adams. RV Hour, Saturday mornings, 10 a.m., right here on the True Oldies channel.
Hi, it's Kevin Dalton from the Unlimited Auto Wash. Did you know we have 7 locations, including our newest at A1A and Lighthouse Drive, next to Promenade Plaza in the Sunoco Station in Palm Beach Gardens? For just $39.95 a month, For the first 3 months, you can come in as often as you'd like and get our inside and out wash with Tire Shine, all unlimited, and we're 100% hand wash. We make you look good. Call 561-WASH-ME-TOO or visit us at unlimitedautoWashClub.com. And we're also a full-service wash for the occasional customer as well. No memberships required. Come see us at the Unlimited Auto Wash.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where.
All right. We are here live, and we are answering your questions on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah at 866-972-7247. And we're really glad to be connecting with all of you. We're going to flash the phone number up on the board so that you have that available for you. So we'll just give them a chance to pass that up and put it on the board for all of you. 972-7247, that's 866. And we're going to go back to our phone lines, and we're going to talk a little bit about love. I mean, tonight's the night of love, and love is in the air. But we knew that when we went live tonight, because we're working with some really cool technology and doing things that most people don't do. And I got to tell you, I'm electric, boogie woogie. And because I'm electric, they never know what's going to happen with me around. So this poor studio is really trying to get used to Sarah Spiritual's energy, and they're trying to do things a little differently in a way that they haven't done before. So we're keeping everyone on their toes. So we appreciate your listening and your patience. And if the first half hour was a little interesting, we appreciate that. But I think by George, I think we've got it. We're going to go to our phone lines, and we're going to answer questions on love and questions on anything that you have. And we're going to weave in some of Spirit's message throughout, since we didn't get to give you your
opening message in the beginning of the show. So I've got to go to, I think, Monica in Montana. Monica, how are you tonight? Monica? We have someone in Montana. Let's go ahead and pull the person up on our sound for us. Let's hear our question.
Hello?
Monica, can you hear me?
Hello?
All right, so we're not hearing her question. Let's
Hello?
see here. Can we pull Monica up on the board for us? All right, let's try to get to Monica in Minnesota. So let's pull Monica up in Minnesota. Monica, can you hear us?
Hello? Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so
Hello?
let's try to connect with Jackie in Missouri. We are all over the nation tonight. Is anyone with us here? Jackie in Missouri.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
866-972-7247. I think we're trying to work on some more things on the board. We fixed one problem,
this is
probably just
Jackie.
created another one.
Hello, this
So
is
we'll just tune
Jackie.
into our message here
Hello, this
from
is Jackie.
Spirit,
Can you hear
because
me?
this is the time for us to all be in the energy of love. And one thing that we have coming up towards the end of this month is the energy of kindness. We want people to be in their energy of kindness. And how many of you have started to create this pay it forward thought process? Like you want to do something nice for someone. Well, we are working on helping you pay it forward. Every year we do a pay it forward contest, and we'll be releasing more information on that as we get to the end of February, because February is the month of love, and we want to carry that love into kindness in the month of March, and march forward into spring, putting love in our heart and assisting others in ways that are kind. You know, we're all going through something. We're all going through some difficult times. We have challenges that are showing up in our lives, and we don't know how to handle them. And sometimes we need someone to do something for us. We need someone to help us out, to assist us, to make it easier. So a simple random act of kindness can make all the difference in the world. And it could simply be saying hello to someone and paying them a compliment. People are hurting. Perhaps you're hurting. Perhaps you're listening to the show and you're driving in your car and you just stumbled upon the station and you thought, wow, what's going on in this? Besides technologically a little bit of up and down. But we are here to give you guidance. This is my 670th live show. And this show, for me, represents a milestone because we have grown with all of you. And as we pass through these milestones, we have opportunities to grow further and assist you on your path. But many of you have had, well, a rough time. I just talked to someone earlier today, and they had a major layoff, and she was one of them. So that's a difficult thing to go through, and they didn't really give her much to walk away with. 2 weeks. Well, we all know in 2 blinks of an eye, 2 weeks can go by. So how is it that we can manage on 2 weeks? And then we know to get unemployment benefits, it takes a while for that to come through. So what is the answer for all of us? What is the ability to navigate those trying financial times? Could be a random act of kindness. Maybe you know someone who lost their job. And yes, food is expensive, but maybe you're preparing some food for your family and you realize with another bunch of ingredients you can make extra and bring it over for them. And you can allow them to have some of your food. You share it with them. It's family. It's important for them to have their family connection, to feel loved in a difficult time. I remember when I would come home from work and my neighbor would see me pull into the driveway, and a few minutes later she'd say, hey, if you don't feel like cooking, you can stop by. I have extra food. I made a plate for you. And it was her way of just being kind to me, to make sure that I knew that someone was looking out for me, and that if I didn't want to have to cook, that I could have a plate of food and come visit with her. Instead of having to start preparing food and then sit down and eat, she had it ready for me. Particularly when my son was in college. It was a nice gesture so that I didn't have to go through all that trouble just for me. These are things that we can do for people. We can look out for people. We can think of what can I do to make it easier for people around me. And I know we're all managing something, right? Even everyone's talking about the price of eggs, so we'll go there. The price of eggs. And you put eggs in a lot of things, I would imagine. And so we're all having to reach down deeper in our pocket to make our way through the week and have our paychecks last. But it can be something simple as a kind word. So as we get closer to March, we'll talk a little bit more of what I would love you, my listening audience, to do, and how we can change the world one by one, kindness by kindness, and make a difference. Because love is a power that transforms everything. We all have the ability to step into the power of love and to use that love to manifest anything we desire. When I was talking earlier to a client, there was a really powerful message that came through. How love can transform things and create strong foundations in whatever we want. So that when we get to our final destination, the outcome that we've imagined and we've envisioned, everything will hold true and strong. We each have a powerful journey. And love is always there to back us up. Love doesn't know boundaries of judgment. Love doesn't criticize. Love is always ever patient and kind. Love believes in someone. And love gives you the opportunity to love yourself. For if you cannot love yourself, then how can you really love someone else? How can you feel the energy of your worth if you're not giving yourself love? We each have a journey, and that journey is an important one. And it's how we move forward in this journey of self-love that determines the loving relationships around us. So if you're looking at the people in your circle and you're not feeling love, then the statement I make is, how can you love yourself more? The question I ask. How can you love yourself more? What can you do to bring more love into your life? How can that happen? How can we create a better connection for you? This is what we're looking to create. The energy of love within self. Because when we love self, we then have more than enough love for others, and then we attract ones that will love us the way we've always desired. Love is an energy that represents God. And when we represent the power of God can be present in everything we do. And when you judge another, inevitably you're judging yourself. You're not looking at that person. You're looking at what annoys you in you and what makes you feel challenged within yourself. But because we have difficulty working at creating love for self, we have a much easier time criticizing someone else, finding fault in what someone else is doing. So moving yourself in the direction of self-love is going to change your life. And allowing love to flow. There's a song, let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow to all living things. It's a powerful song because you have that power of love. And it has everything to do with why you are where you are. You don't have the job that you want? Let's get to love. You don't have the partner that you want? Let's get down to love. You don't feel that you have enough financial worth because you're struggling? Let's get down to love. Where does the lack stem from? Where do you not love yourself enough to realize that you can create love and money all at the same time? Because money is a frequency, love is a stronger frequency, and you can use love to create the dream job the different spigots that flow to you of money and abundance. We have to think outside the box. As the world is changing, we all have to think outside our box. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And I know everyone's been working on getting these things resolved. And again, thank you for your patience. 670 live shows. We got to have a couple of blips on the screen every once in a while. Hopefully when we come back to the phone lines at 866-972-7247, I should be able to hear my callers. We got calls all across the nation. We've got Minnesota. We've got here in South Florida. We've got the west coast of Florida. We got Missouri. We got Illinois. Ooh, we're going places. So let's see what love is going to bring us. Hopefully love fixed everything electronic and echoey here and spiritually speaking with Sarah. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
Have you heard me? Do you know me? Do you know my voice? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on VCMG on the oldies stations on 95.9, 93.3, 96.9, 106.9. Don't forget my friends on 1470 AM and 103.1 HD3. We're so glad to have you joining us here. And, well, we've been working through these stations and really branching out and connecting, and we're so glad to connect with you. If this is your first time listening to the show, we welcome you. Yes, we had a little rough 40 minutes here kind of coming in. We moved around some technology, and technology has got to be our friend. And we're welcoming your phone calls. This is a show where people call in and we answer questions. We answer questions about life, about love, about what's going on. And we also have this fabulous opportunity to just really, really tune into spirit. And that's the messages from the angels, the guides. And sometimes we have a loved one pop in. So we're going to go to our phone lines. We're going to trust that this part works. If we get this working again, we're going to be doing really well. So let's take a look here. I want to go to Minnesota. I've got, I think, Monica in Minnesota. Please give us your name. Who am I talking to?
It's Motika.
Motika. All right, Motika. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. Good to have you here. Good to be able to hear you. And I only hear one of you, and I only hear one of me. Praise the Lord. We are here. So thank you for your patience. We did try to get your call before, and everything wasn't quite clicking, but we're glad to have you. So let me tune into the energy. Just give me 1 minute here. And then we're going to, of course, ask you what your question is. But let me just open up the space. So here I have you trying to make some movement in your work life, career life. Things aren't moving the way you want. I'm feeling like we need to make some moves in finances. Does this make any sense to you?
Yes, but that's not my question.
Okay. That's all right. But this is something that Spirit wants you to focus on, right? So I'm just opening the space.
Okay.
Spirit's like, this is the year that you have to work on your career, your work, and your money. So don't make that be second to your question, because this is the time for you to move yourself forward in that direction. So, Monika, what is your question?
Okay, my question is, my brother was murdered last year in January, and my auntie, she had spoke to you, Yvonne in Illinois,
Yes.
and it's been a year, and I just want to know that Otis have like a message for me, my mom, and my sister.
Okay. Let me tune into the energy, and that's another reason why I like to go into your energy and tell you what Spirit sees around you, because that allows me to dabble into the energy of what's going on and then climb the higher realms to make the connection. And he was outside when he was murdered, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because he's showing me outside. He also makes me feel like he got taken by surprise. Is that also true? Making me feel like there's two people connected to this murder. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Oh my
All right. So when he gives me this energy here, first he wants you to know that he's okay. And I also feel like there's something of his that you wish you had but you don't have because it's missing. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. Don't worry about that. It's just a thing. He's with you and he's giving you this energy of love. And he makes me feel like he came to your mother in a dream. Did your mom see you in a dream? Because he makes me feel like he came and he visited her, almost like he sat on the bed with her, held her hand, showed himself in the dream, and then left.
Yes.
Okay. And you have some of his things together in one place on a table or a dresser, please, because I'm seeing things together. All right. And it's his, I don't want to call it a shrine, but it's something there for you to remember. And when you walk by, you always kind of make a comment when you're in that moment of quiet in your house, right? And so he makes me feel like there's a nickname or something that you used to call him.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a term of endearment is how he makes me feel. And it's something that makes me feel like it's something you called him since you guys were young. Does this make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. He's got a symbol here. Do you have a symbol for you of his or something? Something that's a symbol of his on you, please?
No.
He's showing me a symbol. And it looks like an infinity sign. Is there something that looks like the infinity sign here? He's showing me the infinity sign. It's a symbol to him. If it's not resonating...
Okay, we do have like... Go ahead.
If it's not resonating, then just remember I said that, but he's showing me an infinity sign, and it's a symbol, and it's something that connects him to you. So is there something that you have that has an infinity sign that connects the two of you together, or you in family with him, please?
Yes, we have a room with all his stuff. So, yes.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I see an infinity symbol, so I want you to look that up and take a look at that and then see where that matches with you here. And from there, you can piece this together. He also makes me feel like there's someone else who's a friend of his who passed before him who's there. There's someone else connected to him who's also male. Makes me feel like it's a friend. Did he lose a friend?
TJ.
Oh, it was your cousin. Okay. So he's telling me there's another person with him, male energy, standing next to him. And in a similar age bracket is what they make me feel. So he wants you to know he's not alone.
Okay.
All right. I hope I've answered your question and given you the comfort that you needed regarding him. And can I ask, what was the nickname? Because I couldn't hear what he said for me. So what was his nickname?
We call him Dune.
Dune? Okay. Great.
Yeah, Dune.
All right. Well, he's with you. Thank you so much for your call. Know that he is at peace.
Thank you.
He'll visit you as soon as he can in the spirit world again. Thank you so much, honey. Sorry for your loss.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye. 866-972-7247. Good to know that even though electronics may not always connect, spirit will always connect. And we do thank her brother for coming through for us. We can't always know that someone's going to come, but we always ask for them to show their energy. We're going to go to Rebecca. Rebecca is in Naples. Rebecca, how are you tonight? Good to have you here on the line.
I'm okay. Thank you.
Good. Good to connect. What is your question for us, Rebecca?
I'm just wanting to see what you see around my energy. I'm feeling pretty stuck right now, feeling down and out, just seeing what's going on.
So when I look at the energy around you here, the first thing I'm made aware of is that this is a year to kind of get you in order and balance. I've got to spin you back. I've got to take you back in time. I'm going to take you back to 2020, before the pandemic. So right before everything happened, you were going through your own metamorphosis and change. I feel like that was a bit of a difficult year for you, 2020, and then the pandemic made it even more difficult. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
I'm also feeling that you feel alone and separate. I hear this song, Lost and All Alone, right? But you feeling like just all lost by yourself. Is this also true? Your sleep isn't right. You're waking up in the middle of the night. We're disrupted. When I go to the energy of love and love relationships, there's a question there about that. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, what's the question?
If it's coming anytime soon, or I know I shouldn't be looking, so I'm just trying to let it come, or let God do his thing.
You can be open, right? We want to be open. And there's an energy of love that is to come for you. Rebecca, I want you to understand that when I take you back, and I have to go back to 2012. 2012, you were in a relationship then?
Yes, that's when I first met my soon-to-be ex-husband.
Yes. You are closing out the chapter of 2012. And it is a new beginning, a fresh start. I know you feel like you have a lot on your plate. And I know from the few interactions of what you've tried to create in your life, you felt like you were looking for love in all the wrong places, right? So we weren't really making connections. But when I look at the energy of where you are now, the energy is opening up for you to create love. And the closer we get to your birthday, the stronger that frequency becomes to attract love and attract a partner.
Okay.
Right? And I also see that financially things are going to improve as the year progresses as well. All right? And there's
that's a
paperwork.
big issue now, too.
I know. There's paperwork we're trying to get finalized on this divorce. Yes, you said soon to be ex-husband. I'm feeling like somewhere around April, May, it's not all said and done because I feel like there's resistance from him. Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay. Stick to your guns, ask for what you know you need, and let the universe take care of the rest. All right, my dear?
All right.
All
yes,
right.
ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rebecca. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. We've got to go to Missouri. I've got Jackie on the line. Jackie, how are you tonight? Good to connect with you. I tried to get you before, and unfortunately our lines weren't quite working, but glad to have you on, Jackie. What's your question?
I guess I'm feeling kind of stuck, and I'm thinking about getting a new job. I'm not sure what I should do right now, or whether I should retire. Confused.
Oh, well, let's take a look here. So this is a year of expansion for you, and it's not quite time to retire because you don't have anything to retire to. What would you do after you retire? Wish you had something to do, correct? There is...
Probably, yes.
Yes. You're used to being busy, and you're very detail-orientated, and it's very important for you to manage things, right? You're the person who manages things. I feel like people come to you for a lot to get done in your current task at work, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So when I look at this energy of where you are now, confusion is coming from you don't have a clear picture as to what you would like your life to look like. So when we ask what life looks like, you draw up a blank. I cannot see you leaving your job to get a new job at this moment. I feel like there's something you can do and create for yourself that will bring you joy and happiness that could generate money if you ask yourself the right questions. What makes me happy? What would I love to do if money were not an issue? How can I create something that makes a difference in other people's lives, but I feel well rewarded? And what does doing something for Jackie really mean? Because Jackie hasn't been doing for Jackie in a very long time. This is true?
It's true.
Okay.
Yes.
I do see movement around you. Was there a thought and an idea that we may want to make a move after we retire? We're kind of weighing out what to do next.
Yeah, I'd like to move back to Florida.
I have the word move here on my paper, so that lets me know that even though you don't know how you're going to get here, there's a move for you in your future. And if I were to tell you the timeline, I would move you into the 2024 time, 23 into 24, but feels more 24, then you can like wrap it all up in a bow, make your retirement, make your shift, and reinvent yourself in Florida. I know things have been a little trying. Go ahead.
The current job I have right now is very, very stressful. I'm a little concerned that I might lose it.
It's stressful, but they've been trying to wear you down, is what you feel, yes? You feel like they're squeezing on you?
Yeah, I definitely feel that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Almost like they want to push you out, right?
Right.
But you're not ready to
Exactly.
go. And I want you to ask the angels to keep you protected and seal you off. I would suggest that you read a few Psalms from the book of Psalms, reading Psalm 32, reading Psalm 34, 27, 23, and 65 will help you navigate this and shield you from their efforts to kind of squeeze you. To step out of this role and move yourself into a new role somewhere else, you don't know if you're stepping into the same obstacles, because where you are now is the vibration that you are focusing on. So even if you left, you would attract a similar situation somewhere else. So if you read 32, 34, 27, 23, 65, if you read them on a daily basis, this will help shield you and put you back in the driver's seat. You're not feeling like you're in the driver's seat. As you go back into the driver's seat, you choose, when do you leave? What's your next plan? What would you do? Because I see that you're very talented and very connected in your own spiritual way. This is true, yes?
Yes.
So tune into that. Tune into your intuition. Tune into the vibration of spirit. Allow spirit to guide you. And what can you do aligned with spirit that can make a difference with other people's lives? This is how we make a shift and a change in our life. This is how we move ourselves in the direction of a new beginning, a fresh start, a whole new world. Don't let them minimize you. Think expansion. Think great ideas. And allow these great ideas to take hold. I know you're tired. I know. I hear it. But don't allow feeling tired and a bit defeated to rob you of the second plan, the next half of your life that Spirit has for you. Because when you're ready, God will wrap it up and put it in a package with a bow and deliver you wherever you want to go. All right, my dear?
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, Jackie. Keep us posted. All right, bye for now.
I will. Bye.
Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to go right back to our phone lines all across the nation. So stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0956 0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story.
Every soul's got its story right here on VCMG. Oh my goodness, what a story. 670 live shows here with all of you on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. If you'd like to have a personal session with me, Sarah Spiritual, you can go to sarahspiritual.com, visit my website, learn about all the different sessions that I offer, and you have an opportunity to come visit me live in person if you're here in South Florida, in West Palm Beach, or anywhere near South Florida or West Palm Beach. Come on, get in the car, take a drive. I have the Expedito Enlightenment Center. At this center, you're going to find all the things you need for your spiritual practices. We've got crystals, we've got books, we've got singing bowls, we've got herbs, we've got oils, we've got sprays, we've got fabulous bracelet connection, we've got pendulums, we've got all types of candles. We would love to see you at the Expedito Enlightenment Center in Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. Visit sarahspiritual.com and learn more about my center and all of our upcoming classes and programs that we have. We would love to have you join us. We're going to go back to our phone lines. I was looking to make a connection with, let's see, we've got Jill, and Jill is in Illinois. Jill, how are you tonight? How you doing, Jill? Good to have you here.
I'm great. How are you?
I am good. Thank you so much for asking. And when I look at where you are, I'm seeing a lot of transformation. You're trying to make some changes for yourself and make a move to secure something a little better for yourself. Does that make sense to you, please? They're showing me dollar signs. Are we trying to work on our money right now, please? Show me the money, universe. Show me the money. Jill in Illinois needs some money, honey. Yep, absolutely.
Yep, that's for sure.
Yes. Jill, what is your question for us here tonight?
Well, my question is, and I want to say you're beautiful, but I want to, my question is, no problem. My husband passed. I just want to know if he's with me because I see orbs in my house, and it's like really bright, and he always follows me around. The other thing is, I want to make sure that he was my soulmate, and when am I opening up my spiritual gifts?
Well, that's a lot of questions. Let's see what they give me first. I'll start the conversation. No, that's quite all right. And then as I make the connection to answer the questions, we'll see if he steps forward for you in this conversation. So when I look at the energy of your spiritual gifts, you have many spiritual gifts, and you've been intuitive since you were a little girl. It's just you didn't really pay attention to it, and you kind of pushed it down. And so now we want to open up and use them to be a little bit more transformational for yourself and for other people. And I feel as if the angels and the guides have been sending you messages, and that's part of what the orbs are. It's not always your husband following you around. Okay. And when you take the pictures, you can see your ancestors in the pictures, you can see the orbs, you can see the colors. And sometimes I think you even believe in the extraterrestrial energy as well, right? You believe in ETs? Is that true?
My husband did, but I kind of believe him now.
All right, now you believe him. Well, you better believe him because he's right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's hanging out with the ETs, but I will tell you that I do see ET energy around you. I don't get to see that much when I talk to people, so it's an interesting thing to share with someone on air. So I am made aware of noises that you hear as well. Like sometimes you hear a noise and you wonder who could have made that noise. Your husband tries to send you signals by making a noise, getting your attention. Anything unusual happening with the electricity or something like turning on or turning off, he tries to connect with you in many different ways. He makes me feel as if before he passed, there was a conversation that was had, and now you wish you could have had more of the conversation about the relationship and about the connection of your souls, right? Because now you're asking questions about whether he was your soulmate. He was a soulmate. He has been connected to you in other lifetimes. And I know the two of you talked about this instant knowing that the two of you belong together. Does that make sense to you? You've had this conversation with him, yes?
I'm not with him, but with myself. But I think we always knew he wasn't the type to tell his feelings. But his family has told me when he first met me, he fell in love with me within the first time of seeing me.
Correct.
And I fell in love with him the first time I saw him.
Instant connection, all right? And this is what he makes me aware of as an instant connection. And maybe he's saying he wished he had that conversation with you because he's referring to a conversation. So whatever the deep conversation was that the two of you had before he passed, he wants you to know that he's with you. Yes, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Before I forget, because I'm getting old, he did say the night before he died, he grabbed onto my hand real tight in my car, and he said, "I love you."
Yes.
But I said, "I love you too," but it wasn't, it was like really with passion.
Yes. And so this is his way of giving you that confirmation, because he makes me feel like there was a conversation that was had, even if it was a one-sentence conversation. I'm interpreting the energies. He gives it to me. Before he passed, he let you know what you meant to him. And this is important. This is important because love never dies. Love is always ever present, and he's been with you ever since. What I also am being shown, interesting, is there a dog that passed because I have a dog connected to you and connected to him in front of him? And it makes me feel like the dog passed first, right? So there's this energy of the dog that passed. I'm seeing a dog. Does this make sense to you?
You are correct. You are correct. But my only thing is my husband died first, and then we had to put the dog down 4 months later.
Okay, so he
it
went
was
first,
a Doberman.
And so he's right there, and he's sitting very straight and tall. So this dog used to sit very straight and tall. Yes, like sit up straight.
Yes.
Okay, almost like a statue.
Yes, he was a German Doberman.
And so he's sitting right in front of your husband, almost like he's his guard dog.
Always did.
And I
always did within life.
And this is how I see it. You know how when you look at Cleopatra, the statue of Cleopatra, she always has the sphinxes right next to her. Your husband's dog is sitting right next to him, right there, a little in front of him, in energy. Now, I know he's a different vibration because he's in the animal kingdom, but I want you to know that he shows himself in front of your husband so that you both know, so that you know that they're together. And it's really important that you embrace this energy of the fact that there's love and there's connection always. I want you to know that this time is the time for you to reinvent yourself. And I know you don't know how you'll get along and how it'll work, but I do feel that even though you are in this energy of, a whole chapter of my life is closed. So where do I go from here? My guides are telling me, the angels are bringing forth that there will be another companion, another partner for you. There will be a continuation of life. It is not for you to sit and just wait for life to come to close for you. There is a reinvention of life. So be open for that and trust that the universe is going to provide you with all the clues necessary to create something really good for you. So I want you to trust that, all right? Now, when I look at this energy,
thank you.
I want you to believe that money's going to come to you with ease and grace. I feel like there's a transition, something you're doing for work and money. So whatever you're putting together, work on this. They're not clear as to what it is for me, but they're just showing me that there is money and that things will improve for you. I hope I've been of service to you, giving you evidence of your husband.
Oh,
and
my
his
God,
connection.
yes. Thank you. I
All
love
right.
you. You just saved my heart.
Thank you so much. All right, honey. God bless you. Bye for now. Bye.
God bless you too. Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. We're going to go back to our phone lines, and we've got to go to Andy. And Andy is in Wellington. Andy, thank you so much for holding. So glad that we had you on hold and glad we're able to take your call tonight. Andy, this is a time for you to really step into some interesting forces of change and creativity. Andy, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, Sarah. Can you hear me well? I'm doing well. How are you?
I hear you. I hear me. Oh, everything's good now. Thank goodness. Holy crow.
I know. It sounds good, huh? I love the new setup.
Thank you. It was an interesting journey here tonight, but I'm so glad we got past all that. So, Andy, when I look at this energy, I'm like, Lord, you cannot make this stuff up. But that's all right. We did it. We did it. We're fine. So when I look at this energy here, I want you truly to remember that this is a time of creativity. This is the time for you to really delve into your own personal creativity. I know that there's this energy of love and connection that's so important for you to have. And I want you to know that the more you're in your creative space, the deeper connection of love you can have in your life. What is your question for me?
That's beautiful. It's a two-parter question, and it really has to do with, we did a soul integration together about a year ago that just completely transformed my life. And this year, I started a life coaching relationship business that really is flourishing. And in part of that, I have a day job that I know I want to quit and that I know I'm going to quit. And I'm wondering if you see myself quitting that this year. And number two is I also really want to move to a new home and have a new home and possibly in Fort Lauderdale or Delray, new energy. And if you see that happening this year as well.
All right. So first things first, day job will serve a purpose when we're getting ready to move. So how can you use the day job to make it easier for you to transform yourself to get a new home and make a move, right? Because all of that looks so much better on paper sometimes than a self-employed consultant. That's how they look at things.
Right.
So this is a strategy. Right. This is a strategy. Do I see you making a move? Yes. Do I see you quitting your day job? Yes. But what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Well, we need the chicken to make an egg, okay? So you need the day job to accomplish some things on paper that the world asks for. I see the energy. I know Fort Lauderdale would be great, but I see the energy of Delray. I feel that there's something a little more warm and friendly and not quite as busy as Fort Lauderdale, as high speed. So this is something that I encourage you to check out both areas, but there's something about Delray, a corner of Delray. I'm not familiar with Delray to say east or west, but there's a corner, a spot in Delray that makes me feel like it would be the perfect thing for you. All right? And yes, quit your job after we get everything signed and sealed and delivered in our making our move. I want to lean you towards the month of June, July for some big changes.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's it. Right. That's awesome. You're awesome.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. God bless you. We look forward to talking to you again. Bye for now. Bye. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we'll continue to answer questions right here live on our phone lines at 866-972-7247. And let's not forget
our friends on Facebook and YouTube. I know they're feeling lost and alone, but when we come back, we're going to our Facebook questions. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
And we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WWNN AM Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting live from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. This is the one and only.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. This is Matt Crowder, live at the gas station on 41st Street, reporting on those skyrocketing gas prices. Excuse me, miss, are you buying less gas now because of the high prices?
Oh, I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute, are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Well, does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, well, there you have it. Stop paying full price for gas. Download the free Upside app and get real cash back every time you buy gas. This is Matt Crowder Radio News Network. Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SMILE for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or any gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SMILE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SMILE.
My son Finn was born with congenital heart disease and spent the first 8 months of his life in the hospital. Starlight Children's Foundation has played an important role in our lives. For 5 weeks as a baby, Finn lived in a Starlight Hero wagon instead of having to sleep in a hospital bed. Starlight provides moments of joy for families like mine at a time where there's very little to be found. Learn more about how Starlight brightens the lives of sick kids by visiting starlight.org today.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can check if you're paying too much for home insurance, because giving you options is the right thing to do.
Oh, you mean like when I let someone with less groceries go ahead in line? Sure, there's a part of me that thinks, if you only need 3 things, maybe go to a convenience store next time. And now they're sifting through coupons and my frozen foods are about to be not frozen.
But still, it's the right thing to do. So compare rates with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Another community first message from Robes. The Robes Law Group wants to send you to see FAU basketball. Great seats all season long. Register now at trueoldiesfla.com. Recently injured? Contact the Robes Law Group today. 561-570-5700.
Hey, it's Scott Shannon, and who doesn't want to have a home security system? So, by popular demand, we're bringing it back. Who wants a free doorbell camera? I wish I could give everyone a free doorbell camera, but I can't. I can give the first 40 True Oldies channel listeners who call today a free doorbell camera. 1-800-ALARM-ME. You'll get a free limited-time doorbell camera that connects directly to your phone with installation of your Sloman Shield. The doorbell camera is part of a free $1,500 customized security system. Now, you're probably wondering, what comes in this package? Well, you're going to get a free LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 armed doors, and a backup battery, and their low-cost central station monitoring. But that's not all. You get free professional installation. Get it while it lasts today. The first 40 True Oldies listeners call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME, and mention the True Oldies channel. It's that simple.
Have you been to Chowderheads in Jupiter yet? If you were looking for the best seafood in town, you have to try Chowderheads. You'll
You'll love their authentic New England seafood, flown in fresh from Boston. Their award-winning lobster rolls, clam chowder, and fried oysters are absolutely delicious. Come taste it for yourself. You will want to keep coming back for more at Chowderheads, located in the Driftwood Plaza on South US Highway 1 in Jupiter. Now open 7 days a week. For reservations or to go, call 561-203-2903 or check out their menu at chowderheadsusa.com.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go.
Yes, indeed. The world world is changing, and we're trying to find our way, but this is the way of love tonight. We're talking about love. We're answering your questions. We're connecting to your angels, your guides, and we're taking a journey together right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on VCMG, on the oldies station of 95.9, 93.3, 96.9, 106.9, 1470 AM and 103.1 HD3. And we are really glad to be connecting with all of you all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And we are going to go back to our phone lines. And then when we come off our call, we're going to go to Facebook. So Facebook friends and YouTube friends, I know you've been patient. Write down your questions, and we're going to put them in our loop. We're going to answer some questions from YouTube and Facebook. And at this minute, we're going to go to Tiffany. Tiffany is in Hollywood. Tiffany, are you ready, Tiffany, for changes? Changes are coming. I see a shift, I see a change, and I feel like doors have to close so new ones can open. Are you ready for change, Miss Tiffany?
I am. I feel like I've been enduring change for the past few months.
Well, fasten your seatbelts. It's going to get a little more bumpy. Kind of like one of those roller coaster rides that you think slowed down a bit and you're like, okay, we're just going to coast the rest of the way, maybe make a quick turn, and then we'll be back to where we started and we will have completed the ride. No, honey, we got a big hill coming. We're going to go up the hill, and then we're going to come racing down the hill to get you where you need to go. And the first thing the guides and the angels let me know is you need to shut down the connections with people who are draining you. Does this make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Let go of the people that are not bringing you joy. Right? We've got to put our healthy boundary up here. Mm-hmm. And when I make this move for you forward, I want you to imagine and visualize all the things you want to create, because it's a clean slate. It's this powerful energy of you creating this new beginning, fresh start, as we get into the time close to your birthday. Tiffany, as you go through this roller coaster of change that you've already begun, what is your question for me tonight?
So I think you answered one of them, but another question would be if the angels and spirits are giving any insight as to my love life.
Love, where are you? Why don't you come for me, love? So we are feeling a little disconnected in this love life. There's a person you want to ask about, please. What is their first name?
Anderson.
Okay. We have a birthday for him, please?
9/2.
Well, he's going through a lot as well. My goodness, you're both in the same roller coaster boat ride, yes? This is a difficult time for the two of you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
And we are in a disconnect in this relationship at this time. We are not on the same page. This is true. I feel disconnection here. Not speaking the same love language, correct? Yes?
Yeah.
You were going to say somebody what?
No, we haven't been in this. He's somebody that I feel deep down within that he could be a soulmate. We haven't connected on that level, but it's something that I feel like I get messages about. And I was wondering if I should continue to kind of envision those messages.
Envision the messages, but understand this. He's not in a place to be ready for the type of relationship that you would want. He's going through a major transformation, almost feels like a bit of a crisis. So perhaps you understand what that means a little bit more than I. But they're showing me it's like a little personal crisis within him. And this, he can also be a little hot and cold. So sometimes he's not as forthcoming with even what's going on with him. So it's a little elusive, the communication. It's not consistent. So I don't feel that he can really offer you much. At this time, when I look at the latter half of the year, he starts coming out of it. It's like he's got to get some things in place.
his finances, his work, things are just out of sorts for him. It's like he's having to understand who he is and what he really wants to show up and do. And I actually feel, and I don't know what you know about his personal connection, but I actually feel that a few years ago, I'm going to rewind about 3 years ago, he was in a relationship with someone else. Are you aware of that?
Yes, lately.
Yeah. And so that didn't end well for him,
So
correct?
3 years ago, I met, yes. 3 years ago, I met somebody through a mutual friend, and that ended up being his ex-girlfriend in a weird way.
Okay. Got it. In a weird way. See, so interesting. They bring me back to that part.
Yeah.
So you guys are traveling in the same circles. He's not ready. If you feel, and I honor the soul connection. So I honor the fact that you have this intuitive connection, knowing that there's something here. He may not know it. He may not recognize it yet, but continue with the envisioning and see the two of you having this connection of communication on a deeper, more spiritual level, a more communicative energy that is about things that are of matter of the heart. And let's see if he can gather himself through these bumps that I see so that he can have this meeting with you, this better connection. It is not written in stone because I feel like he's very preoccupied right now. So it will be in the envisioning that you'll be able to create what you'd like in reality if he is in the right spot to pick up that frequency. I will tell you this. When I look at the way your love life has been, and then I take you back, and I have to go back to 2015, this was a time of a relationship that was difficult for you personally at that time?
Well, yes. I had my daughter that year, and that's when I realized a lot of things about who the father of my child was.
Okay. That difficult time, you're still healing that energy, those wounds, and the reason why you drew that relationship to you, right? So the wounds inside of you attracted someone who's going to not honor you and show up for you. So I say to you this, please look at where you are in your journey, do your work, envision the perfect connection, and trust that the universe has love coming for you. And that 2024, I know we wanted me to say 2023, but 2024 is the year where things really kind of come back to life. And it's with a new vibrance, a new connection, a new beginning is the word they give me. So be open for that and just trust. All right? Tiffany, have you called the show before? Have you called us before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I've called, and I've also connected with you.
Thank you. Well, thank you for remembering me and connecting and following the show, and keep envisioning. We'll hold the sacred space of soulmate energy because love is in the air. So hopefully he'll pick up on the frequency. Bye for now, Tiffany. Bye. 866-972-7247. That's the number to call. We're opening up some phone lines. And before I connect with our wonderful friends all across the nation, I've got to just take a minute and go to our friends on Facebook and YouTube and pull up a couple of questions. And then when we come back, we've got to go back to Fort Lauderdale. We've got to go to West Palm. We've got to go to Orlando. We got to get around, everyone. But let's see what we've got on our Facebook feed. I'm going to take a look at what the questions may be for us. We can pull that up here. So we've got Kim O'Connor. I can't quite see the question clearly because there's so many words here. So there's so many words here. So hi, Sarah. My question is about her husband. And she gives her husband's birthday. And she's like, we're going through a difficult time in the relationship. This question's a book report, let me tell you. All right, so as I go through it. So Kim O'Connor, I can't quite read the whole question on air because it's quite a bit of verbiage here. But I will tell you this. When I look at your husband's energy and where he is and his journey, last year was a year of him going through a bit of a personal upheaval. And I feel as if there's been a lot going on that's pushed the two of you to the brink of not feeling like we can be connected and on the same page. And where you are in this journey is this is a time for you to move yourself to create more
love, life for yourself, more connections financially, and expansion. I'm seeing, Kim, that there's an expansion of some greatness, and I don't feel like your husband's in the same place. I will tell you that in this journey, if we work on the communication and we really try to come together in this, what I call a bump, and I really want to call it a personal crisis, almost like a midlife crisis of identity, as to what comes next for the two of you as a couple. As you do the work and work on the communication, and I am hearing from Spirit, we suggest you work with a personal counselor, that you can make it through this rocky time. I understand that we fell into patterns, and patterns can be re-established. We can establish a new way of being, and this is something that is possible. Thank you so much for your question. And so we're going to go from Kim, we're going to go to our next question. And we got Holly Costanza Donaldson, and do I see a new job ahead of her? And is she moving this year? Well, this year is a year for you to truly step into the creation of a new job. It is important for you to make a new job move. When I see this job, I want you to also incorporate in the change you desire to make, since the energy is ripe for a career change, a job change. I want you to really look at, where do I want to work? What do I want to do? And do I want to do it locally where I am, or do I want to move? Because I feel like you can wrap up both in a nice package if we seek a job in an area we'd like to live, so that we can have a move and package it all together. I want you to think in those terms and see that we can have it all. Holly Costanza Donaldson, you do not have to kind of nitpick through things and only take part of the vision. Take the whole thing, package it, and yes, you can have it all. Thank you, Holly Costanza Donaldson, for your Facebook question. We're going to pull one more from Facebook or YouTube before I go back to my phone lines. And let's see who we've got here. We've got Carla Colburn, and she says, what do I see for her? A new job, more money, using her gifts. Am I strong enough? Well, Carla, that's a lot. But let me say this to you, Carla. Where you are in this journey, very important for you to truly turn into those gifts and allow those gifts to guide you to the next job, the more money. Being in tune, in alignment with your law of attraction, working on manifesting requires you to be worthy of it. So you have to go inside and tell yourself the worth that you have and believe it's possible to attract, because there's a belief that you're not good enough, that you're not smart enough, that you're not capable enough to tap into these gifts. And it's a conversation we need to have with your little girl who I take back to the age of 8, they tell me. Age 8 seems to be a shift and a change for you, Carla Colburn. And we need to have a talk with her that she can advance and have a better quality life, and that she is good enough to have the life that she desires. As far as a new job, a new career, I really feel if you tune into your gifts, you may be able to package the gifts that you have into a new version of work/job career. So go into the tune of your gifts and develop them. Be sure to follow us on sarahspiritual.com and see what classes we have that may help you kind of put it all together so you can take your gifts out in the world. Are you strong enough? Yes. Are you worthy? Yes. You can do anything you set your mind to. It's just viewing yourself not through the eyes of what others have told you you are, but viewing yourself through the knowing inside of your soul that says you have the power and the ability to connect at all times. Therefore, everything that's perfect can align with you with ease and grace. Thank you so much, Carla Colburn, for your Facebook question. And we're going to go back to the phone lines. And I've got Jose, and Jose is in Fort Lauderdale. Jose, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to connect with you tonight, Jose. And I really am looking forward to you thinking outside the box and making the changes that you've been wanting to make. I feel like there's advancement for you. Not always having to stick to a plan is what my guides tell me to tell you. It's really good for you to kind of go with the flow a little bit more and follow the prompting and your own intuition, because you too have your own intuitive way of being. Jose, what's your question for us tonight?
Yeah, so I've had ups and downs when it comes to my job. I've went through some of the layoffs in the past. I've also went through bad partnership, and now I went to a corporation, and it doesn't seem like it was a fit. And now looking what the next step would be. So seeing what the spirits have, what they're kind of seeing would be a next round.
Well, it was just that corporate model. It's not all corporate models, all right? That corporate model wasn't a fit for you. Are we in something very specific in our task? Are we in some kind of networking or some type of connection with computers, please?
Yeah, we're in the back of technology, and they were very specific. It was high work, high intensity. Yeah, and they're used to somebody that probably has been there for years. So
Correct.
I came into a new role, and
it
that
wasn't
probably
quite
didn't fit my particular
your skill
fit.
set.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly. And so, because I just see when I say networking, I don't mean people networking. I meant technology networks, right? So but yes, you can do that. It's just, it wasn't the right fit for them because of the volume that they pump out and the specificity of that work. But it's not for you to shy away from that. It's just to find another fit. Perhaps something that's not as, the word I hear is rigid, okay? And it's something that will come for you. And we want you to take note to your failures that you were clear to point out, right? So, I went through a partnership change. I went through this. It's like this didn't work. And then I went through a layoff and I've got this. And now I picked this corporate job and that didn't work. That's all kind of setting you up for where you ultimately are desiring to be. And we have to try different things, even in relationship, to see what is going to work for us and let it be your stepping stone to your greatness. So it's not to look at what we didn't complete or didn't work out. It's for you to look how much you've gained from the experiences so that you can customize what you desire in your next job. So you can customize the next partnership so that you can be and show up as the better person for the job role, the better person for the partnership. These are all significant changes. And this year is for you to get out of your own way and to, as I want to say, color outside the lines, if you're coloring in your coloring book of life, and not be so, it has to go this way. It's okay to pull out. It's okay to stop. It's okay to say, I changed my mind. I want something different. This is what we have available for life. And as a human on earth, we have the ability to taste so many aspects of life that you are gathering this wealth of information and experiences so that you can land with what fits best for you. And when I move you further to the month of July and August, those 2 months is where they kind of spin and put the pin down of time for me. This is where I see that you have this fabulous opportunity that will kind of emerge for you to take a part of. So it doesn't mean we won't work or we won't be without any job. It's just I feel like July and August open you a fabulous opportunity in the energy of career work. So be on the lookout for that, for something to manifest for you and for you to step into something new. When I move you closer to your birthday and we kind of close out this year is what they make me feel. We've got to close out the year. I feel like now we're in a whole new social set. We're in a whole new connection with people. You may have made a move. It's an interesting time of change for you. But these are positive changes. These are not forced changes. These are changes that you're directing, and it's going to be beneficial for you. I hope this gives you some insight and some guidance. Yes.
Yeah, I had one question. Does it, because I've also dabbled into going independent and exploring myself independently. Does this see something in that spectrum, or
yes, and it may be
no,
in that
still going down.
In that spectrum, something may emerge that you kind of step into to allow you to be more independent, consultative in the July-August month. But right now we're coming from a place of, the word I hear is defeat. So we're coming from this place of not really feeling like we're on top of our game. So if anyone who's ever been independent tries to market themselves during a change like that, it becomes difficult, yes?
Yes.
So put your foot upon a path and get yourself in better spirits and energetically attract
because you will be networking and connecting with people more and more towards the end of the year, and that will become the strong foundation for your own business. And I feel great financial connections and growth for you over the 24 into 2025. So what you're doing now is laying down a new foundation. But color outside the lines, and being on your own is coloring outside the lines, right? Because you never know what life is going to give you, right? You never know. But you always learn from yourself. All right. Thank you so much for your call, Jose. Thank you for following the show. We greatly appreciate it. We know you've been following us for a while. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Bye. 866-972-7247. We are answering your questions right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And we're going to go back to the phone lines. And I've got to go to Ricky in Wellington. I'm hearing the song in my head, Ricky, don't lose my number. How you doing, Ricky, tonight? Good to have you here. Are you there with us, Ricky? Oh, maybe we don't have Ricky on the line. Hi, Ricky. There you go. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I am good. Good to have you here. And don't lose my number, 866-972-7247. Thank you so much. No, I couldn't resist, Ricky. It's the only one I've got, right? So, Ricky, what is your question for us here tonight? I'm sure you get that a lot.
I feel intuitively that there's a lot of change in the air. And I was just curious.
Before you ask the question, hold on. So you're intuitively feeling there's change in the air, and my guides are like, ruh-roh, are you talking change in the air around you or change around the whole entire planet? Because it would be yes for both. So depends what signal you're tuned into, honey, because the whole world's about ready to change even more. But personally, there is change for you. If that's what you're referencing, you are spot on with your feeling, your assumption, your guidance is correct for you. And it's opening up new possibilities of circles of people. And they're talking to me about learning to feel different about life. And you've been putting your foot on the path of how to view things differently and how to go by your heart space, by your feeling. Does that make sense to you?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. What is your question about these changes that you are feeling are coming, Ricky?
So I can sense that there is this larger change that's happening. Knowing that it's a new year, I've already had so much that has manifested.
Correct.
And I feel like it's only the beginning of a series of changes that is unfolding. And I know that I get some really clear messages from my guides, and I was just curious to see if you could pick up on any of the insights or information that is trying to come through. Okay. And then being that it's the season of love, if just anything that is coming through on that angle.
All right. So first of all, Archangel Michael steps forward for you, the angel of protection. All right. You also have a very strong energy of an Indian spirit guide that has been with you since you were younger. You have a relationship with your Indian spirit guide, my dear?
I'm not familiar. Though I do know that my grandfather
was Indian,
considered. Correct? Yeah.
Right. Considered of a descent, yes, of the tribe.
Of the native land. Yeah.
I see the tribe energy around you. I see the Indian spirit guide with you. I feel the energy has been with you since you were a little girl, so this guide has been with you. This guide is here to assist you in the journeying of your life, and it's also important for you to pay attention to the energy of nature, the wind, the sun, the water. Everything that you see in nature has a message for you. You have a lot of Indian spirit guide energy, but you also have a lot of animal totems. And these animal totems are here to give you messages. So pay attention to what shows up in front of you, because the animal totems are also going to give you this guidance. When I look in the energy of the transformation that's becoming, I feel you as a butterfly. And you and this energy are going through this metamorphosis. And this metamorphosis is going to allow you to emerge of a different frequency.
And that's what you've been experiencing, an up-leveling and a frequency adjustment. I'm also seeing your guides are connecting with you. You find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, getting a message on the clock. Are you waking up in the middle of the night, Rick?
I weirdly, yeah. From
Yes.
like I used to be like a night owl, and now what's happening is like my whole schedule has shifted in the past 6 months. So I'm getting up at like 5 a.m. where I've never been that way. So it's this weird switch of schedule that's happening to me.
Correct. And it's a frequency adjustment, all right? To me, 5 a.m. is the middle of the night. For those people who get up early, good for you. But to me, 5 a.m. is the middle of the night. It's this energy shift for you, and you are in this up-leveling. And I feel as if you are here on the planet to work with the angels, to work with your guides, to help others. And I see it in a very creative way for you, and exploring the energy of sound and healing and colors. Have you done any work in healing at this time?
It's not fully yet. No, I'm actually trying to look at doing different classes in this space, actually.
Okay. Do that, follow that, because you're going to discover the magic that is you in those modalities of sound and healing and working with others and assisting them on their journey. I'm also seeing this fabulous energy of the manifestation in the heart chakra and the healing work that you've been doing on yourself and your own work. And Archangel Chamuel brings forth the energy of love. When Archangel Chamuel steps up, it lets me know that we are in the manifestation process of manifesting divine partnership. And divine partnership is something that you have been looking for. And when I look back to the energy of 2019, they make me feel like this was another shift and change, but it was a bit of a more difficult shift and change for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. We were ending relationship, a close of something then, please, or difficulty in relationship?
Yes, it was beginning at that point.
Okay.
2019 into 2020.
And then we close that chapter, correct? This energy,
100%.
You're working through this energy, and 2019 served as a great teacher for you, 2019 into 2020. And now Archangel Chamuel brings forth the energy of divine partnership. Divine partnership is something that opens up for you in this 2023 into 2024. Remember, you're at the creation state, so you're the manifester who will determine when and how this emerges. But they want you to focus on the healing within and the healing of others. Through that, you'll attract the right partner because they have to be of the right frequency. This is going to be paramount in your moving forward. Does this make sense to you?
1,000,000%, 100%. I believe that in my heart.
Trust the process. It's coming for you. And this is a year of just an adjustment, and your angels and guides are working with you. I hope I've given you some guidance. Is this your first time calling us, Ricky?
No, I've spoken with you before and taken a few classes.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. I hope you join us in our classes to come up, and thank you so much. We welcome your call, and we hope we've given you some guidance and clarity in this moment.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. Love is in the air. And I've got to go to West Palm Beach. I've got Ivelisse on the line. Ivelisse, how are you? Good to have you join us here.
Hi.
Good to have you here.
Good, and you? How you doing?
I am great. Thank you so much.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here. You really are ready to step into your own personal power, and you really want to kind of clear the air between people, right? You really want to have a clear slate.
Yes.
And you're really ready for change in your work, right? So you've been trying and trying to get out of the circle, and you're feeling stuck and not able to get yourself to the next level. What is your question for me at this time?
Yeah. Exactly that. I would like to know what it is that is stopping me for going forward. You know, I have so much ideas and I'm doing things and it's like nothing works. And it's just, we both suck, me and my husband, and it doesn't go nowhere.
Have you ever thought that perhaps there's, and I know you love where you are and you're settled, but hear what I'm going to say. Have you ever given thought and consideration that maybe the energy needs to shift around where you are to make a change? In other words,
if you're doing everything in the manifestation
Yeah.
process and you're trying things, maybe we need to pick up and move somewhere and make a big change. I know that sounds scary, but it's something to consider. Because it's like
It
you're
cut off a
frozen.
little bit. I didn't hear you. Sorry.
I'm saying you may want to look at making a move, a major change.
Uh-huh.
Because it's like both
Yes.
of you are kind of stuck in the same story. It's like a loop, like every day's Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
So sometimes we have to completely change the
I
energy
feel it.
around where we are. And it's a frequency. You know, there are a lot of people who say, oh, I moved to this place and everything fell apart. But then when I moved here, everything was working. And, oh, why did I ever leave this place? Because this was good for me. Energy is everywhere. So sometimes we're not in the right energy.
Everywhere, yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
even though I know
exactly.
you're settled where you are in your home, it may be something you want to consider. You may need to put distance between you and people and just really start fresh. And as your children are getting older.
Yeah, we've been thinking about yeah.
Yes.
Do you see that, like, does Spirit see that I should do that, like, now? Or should I wait a year more? Or
I'm feeling that this
I don't know.
year, I know, and I know you're frustrated, and I know that you've been feeling like you've been in a circle trap for about 6 years, so I can understand the frustration.
Yeah.
When I look at where you are, is there a child that still, we would want them to finish out 2023 for a purpose of schooling, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I feel like we
Brianna,
have to...
she's still stuck there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if Brianna stays through 2023, does that make it easier for her to move and not disrupt her as much?
She wants to move too, but I would like for her to just finish. She was supposed to be finished a long time ago, and then the other one, she's 16. She wants to finish high school, but I'm like, Mama, you don't think that we need a little different change in the environment and stuff like that, like you said, you know?
Correct. It's where you
So,
all
yeah.
are. So we
Mhm.
have to have a family meeting. We have to look at the finances. We have to look at what does that involve? What does it entail for our home and our finances? What do we have to do, right? And then we need a strategy, all right?
Mhm.
And here's the most important thing I'm going to tell you, even though we're having this conversation on national radio. I want you to hear me. Don't tell anybody. Zip it, sister. Zip it. Okay?
Mhm.
Look around. Look at new places. Where could we go? Again, I know you're settled in your home. I know we've invested time and money there. But sometimes it doesn't matter if you move to a shoebox. Everything will change and their life will double and triple and the benefits and the blessings because we're not stuck where we are.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a change. So look, what area would we like to go? What work would we do? You know, maybe you stay in your job and you transfer somewhere else. Just hear me for a minute. Even I know that's not your dream job, just so you get your foot in the door and make new connections with people so that when you launch your next business idea, because Lord knows you've got 5 more in the hopper, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Maybe the business your husband
I'm
tried
actually
to create.
finishing school right now, so I want to do something.
Correct. So be ready, but make a strategy. But it cannot be discussed with a cousin, a sister, a brother of you, of your husband, anybody.
Oh, no, yeah, no.
Okay.
Of course, yeah. I'm
have
done
to
with
have-
that already. I learned my lesson.
We have to have a family, we have to have a husband and wife meeting and then begin to narrow down our choices. And then we have a family meeting and say, okay, kids, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make a move. I know it's not convenient for you. I know for you it's going to work out, but for you, you'll adapt. You'll be fine because nothing's changing. And I want you to have the best possible opportunities in life. What is your husband's birthday again, please?
Exactly.
What is his birthday?
It's November 9, 77.
Okay. All right. So this is so perfect for what we're saying. He is ready to close a chapter and begin something new at the end of 2023 into 2024. So it's the perfect time to drop the mic and get out. Perfect time. And all of this stress is affecting his health. And he's not feeling well either. Is that correct?
No, he's stressed out.
His blood
Especially today,
pressure?
he was texting me earlier, and he was like, "Sorry, Well, I don't know. He hasn't complained to me about that, but I see that he's stressed and not sleeping well either. He doesn't sleep well at all.
Okay. Check his blood pressure. You should get a blood pressure cuff and check his blood pressure. Right? This is how people have, blood pressure is kind of one of those sneaky things. I'm not a doctor, can't diagnose. But if it's high, or it's higher than it should be, something can catch him off guard, and then where are you going to be? Right? So we have to take care of our health.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Ivelisse, I hope we've given you some insight and encouraged you to look elsewhere and think outside your box, because you're just in this little trap for the past 6 years, and it's time to get out. All right? Thank you so much for your call.
Yeah, I have to do something. Thank you so much, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Always
Thank you
being
so
there.
much. My pleasure, honey. God bless you.
Take care.
Bye for now. Bye.
You too. Bye.
866-972-7247. And we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to come right back to the phone lines. We've got to go to Illinois. We've got to get around to a few more states. So stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Know me, do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center.
Can you tell him to
I would
read this
love
be
for
the
you to
last
visit me
commercial?
at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Yes, indeed. We are back here live for our final few minutes of our show here tonight, and we are going to go back to our phone lines. I've got Angela. Angela is in Illinois. Angela, how are you tonight?
I'm okay.
Good, Angela. How can we assist you tonight?
Sorry, my baby's crying. I'm actually caught my husband having an affair, and I'm going through a divorce. I'm just kind of scared about where I'm going, what I'm doing.
Well, that's an awkward thing to go through. We know that, and it's the energy of betrayal is most certainly difficult. This is going to cause a little bit of a rift for the next couple of months, but I do feel that you're going to come out of that all right. I do feel there's going to be a move coming for you. Were you thinking of making a move, Angela?
Yeah, my daughter is actually in the Air Force. I was thinking about moving closer.
Yes, I do see you making a move. I feel like you're going to need the support. And this is all something that'll happen getting closer to the summer, all right? Because the baby's crying, I'm not going to be able to continue the conversation for this minute, but hopefully we've given you some guidance on this, all right? Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, call us back next week, all right? Bye for now. 866-972-7247. I know babies cry at the worst time. Don't they know Sarah Spiritual's talking here? But we're going to go to Amanda. Amanda's in Orlando. Amanda, how are you doing tonight? Good to have you, Amanda. You're on live, dear.
Hi, Sarah.
All right, before we wind
Hi,
out the
Sarah.
show, what's your question for us tonight?
I've been having a rough time and just found out I got sent a bundle of joy, and I'm 3 months in, and I'm struggling with work and everything, and I'm really missing my grandparents. And the last week, it's just been a really rough time, and I wanted to call you for advice and guidance and to connect with them.
Okay. So let's look at where we are here. So we are struggling at the workplace, and the workplace is getting a little tougher, yes? And aren't they being a little more rigid recently, please, right? They're being a little more strict, is what I'm hearing. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're having
Yes,
trouble.
I don't know if I should pack up and go home.
Yes, I know you're having trouble. You're keeping up is what they're telling me, yes? And I know you don't want to feel like you're quitting,
Yeah.
but you're totally overwhelmed in this. And when I look at the energy around you, what they make me aware of is that this is a time for you to do what makes Amanda feel good. So when we pack up and we go home, does Amanda have something that she really is looking forward to doing, right? Because now we have a whole new part of a story that's different than we had before. Your grandfather does not view you, your grandfather who has passed does not view you as someone who is failing by deciding that you're going to choose to do something different.
And that's what I keep failing if I quit now.
Okay, you're
I
not.
don't want to disappoint him.
You're not failing. He, before he passed, it was important to him that you had this job opportunity, and that you gave it a try, and you put in the intense effort that you did, and you were very successful at what you did, and you are not giving up by choosing to step away from this opportunity because you stepped into it so gracefully and you did everything you can. But your grandfather and your grandmother would never want you to be sad. They would never want to see you being in a place of doing something to prove to them that you could do it. They always wanted you to have the best, free, happy energy you could ever have. And from what it is now, you're not feeling happy, you're not feeling free, and you're feeling overwhelmed. You're overwhelmed with work, you're overwhelmed with the energy of what's going on around you personally, you're overwhelmed with relationship issues, you're overwhelmed with drama connected to people in your circle, correct? Am I correct?
Yeah, for the pregnancy that's sticking very strong.
Yes. So we have to make choices that are going to be good for us, good for our mental state, good for our health. We have to make the right choices now.
And so, no, we don't wake up tomorrow and pack up, but we sit there and strategize, is the word Spirit seems to like tonight. So we strategize, what are we going to do? Are we going to work through the end of the month, give our 2 weeks notice? What are we going to do, right? Is there something coming up that you want to be a part of that's
I'm home
there?
right now.
I'm sorry?
I'm actually currently home in Connecticut. I'm trying to decide what to do.
Okay. So you're home in Connecticut, but you have to decide if you want to go back, right? So if there's nothing there for you, or there's
Right, 'cause
nothing...
I have the things with the baby up here.
Yeah. So you have to decide what you want to create for your life now. And there's nothing there for you at your job in a different location, correct? Correct. So now we have to kind of build a new life. You had that experience, and you did well. Did it meet all your expectations? No, but you had that new adventure. And now it's time for life to give you another adventure. So I want you to be open for that new opportunity and create a new path for yourself.
I feel this is from my grandparents. This is the angel that I have right now.
Yeah. Well, the energy is that they are here to support you from the other side. You are where you are because of choices that you've made, all right? And everything's a blessing in life. So you now have a blessing that wasn't on the plan, correct?
Right.
So embrace the blessing. And trust that something wonderful will occur.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome. There's no reason.
I miss them a lot.
I understand. But they are with you. And when you are in the energy of grief, it separates the joy that they're in from you. So we have to know that they don't want us to cry, right? And Spirit gave us a song a few years ago that says, "Don't you cry, don't you hide. You've got to live your life, even though you don't see me. I'm right here." So you have to be in that energy.
Okay.
All right?
Is pregnancy going good and smoothly? And they are around this pregnancy?
I do. I see the relationship requires some work. This is for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. But do I see everything well with you and your baby? Yes. But the relationship, we need to come to a better understanding, right?
Right. There's the person in the middle that won't go away.
I understand. It's a little too much drama. So you have to honor what's best for you and your child now and not involve yourself in that drama. And if he's able to step up to the plate and be the man he needs to be for the relationship and for the baby, then there you are. He has to do that part. You can't do that for him. He has to show up. All right, Amanda? We know this is a difficult time.
I guided me to call you today.
Yes. And we're glad we were able to get you in. Absolutely. Your grandparents are with you. Don't worry about that. You just have to pick you. It's okay to take care of you first, all right? All right. Thank you so much, Amanda. We know things will turn around for you. All right. We wish you well.
Thank you.
For all of you that are missing your loved ones on the other side, know that they're always with us. And whatever challenge life has thrown you, no matter what it is, you'll get through it. And you're always supported by the universe and the angels and the guides. Understand that you have a power and a force within you. Tap into that, tune in, and know that you never walk alone. We're so glad we were able to spend the 670th live show with all of you. And yes, it was a little rocky start here in Technology Land, but we're back, and we're really glad to be with all of you. I look forward to talking to you next Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9 p.m., as we do every Wednesday night, answering your questions.
Thank you. Love is in the air. Good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost a love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.